The Sea Forever Foundation was actually started by Reed Weingarten and Eric Holder as kind of an after-school program, a nonprofit to support young people who'd been incarcerated or other troubles with the law. And they joined forces with two upstarts, David Domenici and James Foreman, who actually wanted to run a program for young people who'd been incarcerated.
We chatted a little bit. I told him about this idea of starting a sort of small job training program for kids coming out of the court system. He had a lot of kids coming out of the court system as his clients. We thought it'd be a good idea, so we gave it a go. With that, I used my credit card and a few other things and bought a little pizza restaurant that served as a job training program for a handful of kids coming out of the court system.
The pizza parlor was great, but the problem was we were only working with so many kids. We needed to be able to work with more, and we needed to be able to do something more comprehensive with them. So we had kids coming to us for an after-school tutoring and job training program, but they were still in really terrible schools during the day, or in some cases they had dropped out of school entirely. We thought, well, maybe we could just start a school. We planned, we recruited teachers, we looked for a building, we looked for students, and somehow, kind of miraculously in a way, by Labor Day, we had all of that. We had a building, we had teachers, we had kids. David and I were going to be the co-leaders of the school. We knew that we wanted to serve the kids that nobody else was serving, and we knew that we wanted to give those kids the best. So we opened our doors.
So young people actually started in school at 8 in the morning and were there until 9 at night. So if you can imagine high school kids being in a building for 12 hours a day, it showed a lot of commitment, but also just how much young people, even if they had been arrested, even if they'd never gone to school before, even if they'd always been the kids kicked out of class, really wanted to find some way to get an education.
Basically, when David allowed me to fill out the application as an initial student, he said, you give us 100% and we'll give you 110%. I was always a deal type of person, so that kind of worked out well for me. But I did not know that I was going to have the stakes set so high and to be able to feel good to know that I can accomplish them. They not only just cater to the student's education, they can cater to the whole student because they understand that student needs stability. So it's a lot of other things that our students face outside of the classroom that this school is able to address.
I think what makes them so different is the unbelievable results that they're achieving with kids that others, for the most part, have given up on. I think philanthropy needs to be more and more about achieving results, a return on investment, to be able to see tangible results. And we're talking about young people that, frankly, others didn't want. They were persistent truants. They'd been incarcerated, involved with the foster care system, have special needs, 85% experienced trauma. These are the kids that are going to be most likely swelling our prison populations or on welfare for the rest of their life. This is a program that of our high school seniors, 75% of them go to college. It's a lot cheaper and a lot better to educate young people than it is to incarcerate them or have them on welfare for the rest of their life.
Hi, my name is Kanisha Smith, and I go to Maya Angelou, and I'm in the 7th grade. At my school, every time at breakfast time, my teacher, my principal, Mr. Geddes, he talks about Maya Angelou. So, I am very honored today because today I get to meet the poet Maya Angelou.
I read some startling statistics in a report that the Children's Defense Fund released. And it stated, one day in Black America, 3,374 students are suspended from school. 544 students drop out of school. 126 children are arrested daily. 80 children are arrested for some type of drug offense. 5 of our youth are murdered, and 4 children die by firearms. How can I, one person, make a difference? How can I affect this change? At Maya Angelou, they offer me this opportunity, one student at a time.
As I was looking at schools that I would potentially like to work at, Maya Angelou Public Charter School stood out because I knew the population that the school set out to serve. I really saw the school as a grassroots movement, and I saw a bunch of adults committed, from teachers to custodians to administrators to central office personnel, committed to doing everything that they could do to make students successful, and I really wanted to be a part of that.
We come together daily and we strategize, and we come together to lead our students in an educational program that's fit for adolescent children.
My name is Keon Mitchell. I go to Angelou Public Charter School. I'm in the 9th grade, and one of the things I like most about Angelou are the teachers and the programs and all that. And I've been in the school since I was in 7th grade, and I learned more at that school than the elementary school I went to before and all that. And it's the teachers that they teach you so much about the school, and they give you a wide range of ideas for you to do when you get out of school. And that's pretty much the best thing I like about the school.
We're very fortunate to have a board that raises resources for us to be able to have clinical counselors instead of high schools that traditionally just have guidance counselors. And our clinical counselors drive our social emotional learning program. And so they're the first point of contact with our students. When students come to our school, they do an extensive interview process where they learn as much as they can about the young people and their families. The most important thing is what we call the Maya way. And for us, the Maya way means that every adult in our building understands that when we approach a young person, that we approach them with the attitude that we will do whatever we can to help them.
My most favorite campus I would have to say I have at heart is the Transition Center. The Transition Center is so unique in so many different ways, from coming with me to court, from helping me become the young lady who I am today. My Angelou is the only school out of all the other schools in Washington, D.C. who would accept me and help me get to where I want to go, which is college.
We started out as a transition center. It was part of the contract that See Forever had with the Department of Youth Rehabilitative Services to run the My Angelou Academy at New Beginnings. To be more descriptive of what we actually did, instead of calling ourselves a transition center, this year we changed our name to the My Angelou Young Adult Learning Center.
The Young Adult Learning Center is our newest project, and it's part of why we're building this new building. So we're setting up a program for teens and young adults between the ages of 17 and 24. They're going to be able to get their GED, and then this is key, they're going to be in very high quality job training that connects them to actual real jobs that exist in this city and in the surrounding counties that they can enter into immediately after completing the internship program.
We think we've created one of the best schools in the country in a juvenile facility in the last 4 years, and a number of national experts have said as much, both based on their observations and test results and things like that. The average kid improves their English and math scores here by 1.3, 1.4 years per year, which is really spectacular, particularly given where they've come from and what they've accomplished, traditionally what they've accomplished in their prior years at school. So we feel really good about that. The average student earns 6 or 7 credits during their 9 months with us here, and the average kid only earned 1 or 2 credits per year prior to coming to us. So again, these are really significant gains. And lastly, kids, once they leave here, their retention, their capacity to stay engaged in work or school and be doing the right thing has doubled during our time here. And at this stage, just about 50% of the guys are actively engaged in school or work 4 months out, which is more than twice as many as were engaged when we first got here.
When you come in every day, willing to learn new materials and just they're helpful all together. It's like I'm working on college applications now, so it's just the whole environment, the essence that they bring to every day, willing to help.
I'm approached literally by hundreds and hundreds of charities, and I try to do my best to support as many as I can, but this is one that I think is built to last. I think the organization, the founding premise, the culture that's been created, the success stories that have been made, I think that See Forever is one of those organizations that was started, it's developed the right way, and it's incumbent upon us to make the investment so that it continues to last and continues to provide these services in our community.
I am so grateful that you have you named this great transformation for me. I am honored. I will come every year and thump the drum.